Hello everybody and welcome back to Banter Wars, the competition where we put 36 robots against each other to compete for the Banter Wars trophy. Last time on Banter Wars, we had the Doctor's takeover in the arena, with the robot Silly providing the biggest shot by throwing the Faust Chopper off onto its back, and then the rib massage owned by Doctor being absolutely torn to pieces by the Bone Bugger Upper. It was a juicy final, and finally the Bone Bugger Upper progressed to the grand final of Banter Wars. All the way from Pine Tree Land, 6 new competitors arrive with their robots made out of bits of wood, and that's about it. Let's go meet them.
Well, hey there, kids. My name's Billy Bob Bill, and today we're playing in the Banter Wars competition. Now, we each bought our own robot, and this is our first one called Shelly. She's a small version model of my own Shelly, and she's so pretty. Shelly big, and she gon' shoot over evil pine trees in the face with those spikes, and the spikes on the side too. Ain't she just the prettiest sight you ever did set your eyes on?
Shelly is a very sluggish robot, but with that huge size, it's going to be very difficult to flip this robot over or even get close with those massive spikes on the front and the automatic spikes on the side.
And welcome back, kids. This is my robot. This is Billy Bob Beard. It looks a little like me, though not quite as handsome. And it's got big weapons on the front to make robot go woof. It looks just like me, don't it?
Billy Bob Beard is a quick, speedy, wedge-shaped robot with huge power on those flippers that can cover the entire beard area of the robot. This one's going to be difficult to beat and is clearly the favourite for this competition.
Well, hey there, kids. My name's Billy Bob Jr., and I brought the Pine Tree Punisher. It's very fast, and it's got a spike weapon that goes round and round. I think my robot gonna win the competition. What do you think, kids?
The Pine Tree Punisher is Billy Bob Jim's entry to this competition. Though it's not a very fast robot, it has got a large wedge shape on the front and a rather unusual spinning spike blade on the front, which is destined to take hold of the wheels of the opponent and shred them to pieces.
Woo! Hey there, kids, my name's Billy Bob Joe, and I've got the Maple Massacre. It's a little tiny robot with a little tiny spike on it, but it's very fast and it's gonna go woo on all the other robots. Billy Bob Bill said I won't allow to win, but I'm gonna show him who makes the best robots. Look and see, we got Billy Bob Joe's name on it.
The Maple Massacre is a lightweight robot with very small size and a very small spike on the front, but it has quite a good amount of speed, and it's made of pretty solid armour, the only one here that isn't made out of wood.
Hello, it's me, Mexican Dan, and I have El Moustacheo. My robot is very fast, and it has spike weapon on the front, and it is shaped like a mustache. See, Mexican Dan going to win the competition.
Mexican Dan's entry to the Banter Wars competition is El Moustacheo. With a large spike weapon sticking out the front and incredible speed and agility, this robot is not to be underestimated. Crikey mate, my name's Australian Bruce, and I brought the Australian Bruce's Brutalizer. My Australian robot's got all the power of the Australian outback in that flipper on the front. Crikey mate, it can lift a whole kangaroo. Despite not being able to do a convincing Australian accent at all, Australian Bruce's Brutalizer is actually quite a speedy robot, and a lot of power goes into that weapon on the front. Again, this one is not to be underestimated, unlike Australian Bruce's accent. We've met the 6 competitors for this competition. Let's not waste any more time, let's get straight into round 1. Here we go, the first round is a 3-way battle, the first one between Shelly, El Moustacheo and the Pine Tree Punisher. Let's see who comes out on top. Billy Bob Jim, welcome to Banter Wars. It's good to have you here. You're up against Shelly and El Moustacheo first, but the people actually are curious. Is that a mankini?
It's not a mankini. My braces is green, but it's not mankini. It's attached to my Angry Bird underpants. And what are we talking about again?
Being so huge in size, Shelly is expected to lose out in this first round. Already, Shelly is under pressure from both sides. All three of these robots with spike-like weapons that can all cause damage. And here we go! Already, Shelly is showing off the ram weapon at the back and the two spikes on the side, causing damage on Moustacheo. It also has amazing pushing power, so it's pushing these two robots around, who don't appear to be causing much damage. You can just see there the ram weapon on the back of Shelly, coming out and slamming into Moustacheo. It's all a bit of a stalemate at the moment. Nobody's got really punishing weaponry. The only one with real speed is Moustacheo, who appears to be convinced that grappling onto the back of Shelly is going to be a much help. And now Shelly's gotten away, the Pine Tree Punisher and Moustacheo are at it. They appear to be dancing around each other at the moment, and it's turning into quite a dull battle. Three small wooden robots without much power behind them, made in Pine Tree Land by the worst builders in the world. It's not that surprising. But the pit's open now. Who's going to fall in? Is the Pine Tree Punisher already under pressure now from both robots? Will he fall in? Will Shelly fall in? No! Moustacheo pushes the Pine Tree Punisher and falls in himself, but the Pine Tree Punisher was the first to land, and Billy Bob Jim's prized robot is out already. Teamwork there by Shelly and Moustacheo, releasing the pit button and then using their combined strengths to push the Pine Tree Punisher into the pit. Billy Bob Jim, I'm really sorry to see you go out of this competition. It seems not even your lucky Angry Birds underwear helped you. What do you think went wrong?
Billy Bob Jim lost. They pushed me down the hole and the Billy Bob Jim lose.
So the Pine Tree Punisher punishes absolutely nobody. And we're on to the second of our round one three-way battles. This one's between the Maple Massacre, Billy Bob Beard, and Australia Bruce's Brutalizer. Let's see who gets eliminated this time. I would like to ask you about your robot. It's a lightweight robot, and you've been placed in a battle against Billy Bob Beard and the Brutalizer, both of which are heavyweight robots. People seem to suggest that you don't stand a chance in this round. What do you say to them?
Well, they're probably right. My robot's so tiny and useless, it's gonna lose.
The favourite here is Billy Bob Beard, with the Maple Massacre a strong underdog in this competition. Already though, Billy Bob Beard is underneath Australian Bruce's Brutalizer, but doesn't seem to be flipping the weapon. Is there something wrong? Maple Massacre now trying to get on top of Brutalizer, but it goes right over. And again, the Brutalizer throws the Maple Massacre upside down, but now is under pressure from Billy Bob Beard. It looks like the Maple Massacre's time is over, flipped upside down by the Brutalizer, and is now being counted out. 3, 2, 1, and out goes the Maple Massacre. Even though Billy Bob Beard's weapon doesn't seem to be working at all, Maple Massacre falls prey to the Brutalizer's brutalizing weaponry and lands out of the competition. Billy Bob Joe, you've been beaten by an Australian who can't even do an Australian accent. How does that feel?
Oh, my mother told me never to associate with criminals, so I don't even know what you're talking about, Mr. Sir.
We move into the second round, and it's Billy Bob Beard against Shelly, the two lovers pitted against each other in the cruelest battle so far. Billy Bob Bill, you've been placed against the love of your life, Shelly the Shack. Are you going to go easy on her? How are you going to approach this battle?
Well, I love my Shelly, so if anybody gonna put her down, it's gonna be Billy Bob Bill to put her down and nobody else, not even you, Mr. Sir. I'm gonna get my gun and put it against her face and kablamo, and she gonna be dead, and she gonna have no more robot no more, because this is Billy Bob Bill tournament to win, and I'm gonna win it. You just don't wait and see you damn coming bastard pine trees.
What will happen here is Billy Bob Beard and Shelly. We already know which robot's going to have the most pace in this competition. And it looks like Billy Bob Bill is going to try dancing around Shelly. Shelly finds it difficult to turn. But at the same time, Billy Bob Beard can't seem to get under Shelly at all. He can't bring in that flipper weapon to use on Shelly, though he can try pushing her around. Shelly isn't very mobile at all and doesn't seem to be making any tracks in the arena, but is doing more damage on Billy Bob Bill just by being there. Billy Bob Beard is taking some serious punishment off the side of Shelly, and this is a difficult one to call. Shelly is not budging, and at the same time is causing damage on Billy Bob Beard. Billy Bob Beard will now try to push Shelly towards the arena flipper. What's going to happen here? Can Shelly move away? Just about enough. But now she's over. Shelly is over. Upside down. And it looks like Billy Bob Beard is on top in this round. And now Shelly lies on top of the pit, waiting for Billy Bob Bill to press the release mechanism. And down she goes. Shelly is eliminated in round 2.
Billy Bob Bill, you have won. And you've beaten Shelly and pushed her into the pit. How does it feel to destroy your own loved one?
Well, it's just one of those things every man has to do. Everybody got a set that they just love, and they just got to push them down a big hole. And Billy Bob Bill do it at least 5 times. And Billy Bob Bill can't count, that's 5.
So as expected, Billy Bob Bill makes it to the final, just about making it past Shelly, but now we move on to Moustacheo and the Brutalizer, who joins him in the final.
Mexican Dan, here we go. It's one of the greatest rivalries in world history. Mexico and Australia. Bitter rivals since the very beginning. Which way do you think this one's going to go?
See, I think a Mexicano going to win because we have tacos and all they have is criminals from the UK. They get imported over there. Go away, criminals. Bye-bye.
This could be a difficult one to call. Both have quite a bit of pace, but for some reason, Moustacheo is on his back. And in comes the Brutalizer to capitalise. Thankfully for Moustacheo, the robot is invertible. It can work both ways up, though it does lose some effectiveness and control. And there seems to be very little control on Moustacheo at the moment. Australian Bruce's Brutalizer, however, can't seem to take advantage of this at the moment. And now there's a bit of a stalemate going on. But definitely, there's more control on Australian Bruce's Brutalizer. This is going to be a close one to call. Mexican Dan cannot seem to get back the right way up until... No, not even now. Australian Bruce is holding Mexican Dan on his back. What can Mexican Dan do here to turn this tide? Pushes against the Australian Bruce's Brutalizer, but that spike just isn't coming into play. The pit release is pressed, and Mexican Dan is finally back over and pushes Australian Bruce's Brutalizer into the side wall. Can he push him into the pit? Can Moustacheo reign supreme in this battle? The tide has turned. Can Moustacheo get underneath the Brutalizer? They're operating dangerously close to the pit. Someone's bound to fall in at some point. It's hard to say who's on top at all. It's been such an even fight so far and we've got less than a minute to go. There's no pushing power difference between the two, but now Moustacheo is just slightly getting the upper hand on Australian Bruce. It's been such a tight game so far, and it will probably go to a judge's decision. That both robots are low on power now, and it's turned into a very tame affair. Can he push him? Can he push him in? Got 8 seconds left, and he's going! Australian Bruce's Brutalizer goes into the pit, and Moustacheo, somehow, in the last 10 seconds of the game, turns the game around and throws the Brutalizer into the pit. On to the next round.
Australian Bruce, a really tough battle, a really tight battle that unfortunately you didn't come through. But instead of talking about that, we're going to ask you, everyone else has been talking about you being a criminal because you're Australian, and that's the Australian stereotype that you're all deported from the UK as being criminals. How do you respond to that?
Crikey, mates, the only thing criminal about my country is our performance at the Ashes.
We'll take a quick break now from the heat to take on the Sumo competition. This time round, our competitor, the mobility scooter belonging to that fat green shirt woman in Happy Wheels, against Black Bull. Let's see who comes out on top of this one.
Fat lady on a mobility scooter. We haven't got anyone in the Sumo Challenge final yet. Do you think you'll be the first to make it there?
What the bloody hell? Oh, I'm gonna make it in the final because I've got the better robot. Oh,
The mobility scooter is much like the wheelchair, a large creature with not much agility, but plenty of power, and already pushing Black Bull out of the arena. And mobility scooter pushes the lightweight from the stage and through to the final. It's between Billy Bob Beard, the flipper robot, against El Moustacheo, invertible with the spike weapon. This is a close one. Let's see who comes out on top.
Congratulations, you're through to the final. This one's going to be a really tough one, people think, with your robot being invertible and Billy Bob Beard's robot being a flipper weapon. How do you think this one's going to go down?
See, by the power of tacos and drugs, I shall win this battle. If the American border control could not stop me, then Billy Bob Bill's robot will not either.
Billy Bob Bill, this is your chance to show everyone that you're not just a smelly old coot with a gun. What are you going to do tonight to Mexican Dan's robot?
Well, I tell you what Billy Bob Bill gonna do to El Moustacheo. El Moustacheo gonna be blown to smithereens when I take my gun and kablame it in the face like a dirty comic bastard pine tree, and I'm gonna send it all the way down to back to Mexico land, because that's where it belongs, in the slums with all the Latinos.
Now this match could be amazing. This match could be absolutely stunning. It could go on for a while and it'd be close to call a winner. But let's see what happens. Already the robots come together, and Billy Bob Bill can't seem to get under El Moustacheo, who seems to be on top of him, but the flipper gets in. And again, Billy Bob Bill now putting Mexican Dan's robot under pressure and almost out of the arena. Can he get him out? Why isn't Mexican Dan moving? This is all Billy Bob Bill at the moment. El Moustacheo is struggling. He's back onto his proper side now and comes back at Billy Bob Beard. Billy Bob Beard has really taken this to Mexican Dan, but he's caught under pressure. Mexican Dan's robot, El Moustacheo, has Billy Bob Bill on the ropes. Billy Bob Bill tries to get underneath again, can't seem to manage it and backs away, but El Moustacheo is showing no mercy and keeps coming after Billy Bob Beard. He's definitely causing damage, and Billy Bob Beard hasn't quite got the pace to get away. All that early pressure is gone. Can Billy Bob Beard sort this out? Can he finally get underneath El Moustacheo again? He tries, fails, and retreats once more. This is a very difficult battle for both robots, and it's very tight at the moment. But you'd have to say El Moustacheo is back on top until now. Back over. And Billy Bob Bill is throwing Mexican Dan around the arena. Can he throw him out? This is a good battle between two great robots, and it's going to be amazing to see who comes out on top. At the moment it looks like Billy Bob Beard might have the advantage. Mexican Dan is pushed into the corner, but Billy Bob Bill can't seem to get rid of him. El Moustacheo is back now though, and again putting Billy Bob Beard under pressure. And now once again El Moustacheo is back. This is a right topsy-turvy battle. El Moustacheo has caused significant damage to Billy Bob Beard, but is it enough? Billy Bob Beard's robot is still fully mobile, and as is El Moustacheo's, and it goes down to a judge's decision. The judges have made their verdict. It was a close competition, a brilliant competition between Billy Bob Beard and El Moustacheo, but the judges have gone for Billy Bob Beard. They go through to the final. Bad luck to El Moustacheo. What a great battle that was. What a worthy battle that was for the Heat C final. Thank you so much for watching Banter Wars. Billy Bob Beard through to the final. Let's see who goes there next time. We'll see you next time with this.
Congratulations, Billy Bob Bill, you're through to the final, the grand final. Big congratulations for that. But the burning question on everybody's mind, are you and your brothers inbred?
What? What do you say about me and my brothers? We ain't inbred. We got the same beard, we got the same braces, we got the same Angry Birds underwear. But that don't mean we're not inbred. No, it don't. We aren't bred, and if you're gonna say that, I'll shoot you in the face like the damn Cumberbatch Padre you are.